Hey guys, how is everybody doing? Welcome to the channel. If you are new here, welcome. And make sure you guys go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. If you are new, obviously make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. And guys, so let's kind of jump into this video. Somebody sent me a video. I don't usually have time to watch other people's videos, but somebody did send me a video and I want to talk about it because I did a video, I don't know, maybe it was 2 days ago, and I had walked you guys through the Married to Medicine cast and what I saw as them actually trying to force Dr. G and Sweet Tea off the show. And then someone sent me a video that kind of corroborates what I said and what the ladies of Married to Medicine are actually thinking about them with regards to this show. I mean, the signs were all pretty much always there. And we, just watching Dr. Heavenly and all of the mess on the show, it is clearly evident that they're really trying to get rid of them, which is so crazy that you would go out and recruit them and use them for a couple of seasons to have a pretty good storyline, a pretty good show. So, to have people to tune in and then just pretty much discard them. So let's get into it, y'all. So we obviously were introduced to Sweet Tea because she was Dr. G's fiance, and then they ended up getting married. And I mean, I liked it, the situation, but also what we learned is last season, all of a sudden, the ladies had a problem with Quad. So it made for an interesting story that now they were friends with Sweet Tea. And I'm just like, okay, but now this season, they don't like Sweet Tea. So it's given like, what did we miss? Because they explained to us why they didn't like Quad or what was going on. They said they felt like Quad was not a real friend. But then it seemed like now they just discarded Sweet Tea. So as we're able to figure this out, they really didn't tell us what Sweet Tea did. But as I stated in my previous video, that little nuggets have been dropped this entire time about how she is allegedly uncontrollable. And it just seems like that's the story that they're trying to paint. And I said, y'all know what? I think they're trying to set them up to say, we don't feel safe. We don't want her to come back because she's doing all these things. So this is what I was thinking. So I was like, let me just make sure. Obviously, I was able to find, videos that corroborated what I said, and you guys go back and check that out. But what I want to talk about today is actually let's kind of go back just a bit, because I know you guys don't watch every video.
Dance.
But on my previous video, I talked about this particular scene that you guys see on the screen. And in this particular scene, there was a lot said. And the number one thing that was said was, do you want to be friends with us? And I was just like, damn, I didn't think y'all wanted to be friends with her. But that was a question that they posed to Sweet Tea. And Sweet Tea was like, I don't know, if you guys want to take sides, but I didn't take it as her saying she didn't want to be in a group. I mean, just from watching, it didn't seem like y'all wanted her in a group. So I took it as maybe she was saying, I'm not going to tell you what to do because people going to do what they want to do anyways. But we learned in this scene that Toya, and not only Toya, the new girl Mimi, which is really crazy because she's new, they were like, girl, you be acting like it's something going on. Like, girl, you uncontrollable. And then Mimi went so far as to say, if you want us to forgive you, if you want us to forgive you for what you did, why come you can't forgive King? So it was really, really odd, really crazy to watch. But what I just wanted to mention that, and you guys can go back and watch that video, but the reason why I'm doing this video is, like I said, somebody sent me a video of Dr. Heavenly. And let me just be honest with y'all. I really can't watch Dr. Heavenly a lot because I start getting a headache because it's just, oh my God, it's a lot. But, you know, if somebody sees a video or if I see it on a blog and it's going to, you know, give me more information as to what I talked about, you know, I'm going to talk about it. So I suffered through it and I was able to watch this video. And on that video, she corroborated exactly what I was seeing. And I said, y'all, this seemed like they are trying to get rid of them, you know, get rid of them by saying a whole bunch of stuff. And I mean, yeah, people can use anything to say, oh, I feel scared. And especially if it was a situation where you touch somebody. I don't even know if this even happened. I'm just saying this is what they're painting with regards to, you know, what's happening on set. Do I believe Dr. Heavenly? I don't believe half of the stuff she says, but then some things you can kind of piece it in and be like, okay, she probably was telling the truth about that. So what I would like to do is I want to get into some of the things she stated because it's going to be important for what I am about to say. But what I'm going to do is before I get into that, I want y'all to hear what she said with regards to will Sweet Tea and Dr. G be coming back to the show. Important because I just talked about this not even 2 days ago.
People, including Phaedra, I don't think she's terrible. I don't think Sweet Tea's terrible. I think that they in messed up situations. I think this is a reality TV show, so it's situations that are not normal. Like King said, these are not normal situations. What normal situation would you go with your ex on a sandbar? And I think that when you're on TV, the emotions are 10 times what they would be outside of TV. That's just facts. Y'all ain't never been on TV, but I'm telling you, people be on 10 when they say things, these things that are going to go on in this world and go out to the world to millions of people. Having said that, what else y'all got? Anybody else got any more questions? Stephanie, you got any more slides? That's all I got. That's all I got. Do I think Dr. G and Dr. T will be back next season? Based on what I've seen, no. However, my producer.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry. So I just wanted to stop that because if y'all didn't hear, the question was, do you think Dr. G and Sweet Tea will be back for next season? And she said no. Y'all, let me rewind it because I know, y'all, maybe you didn't hear it. So let me just rewind that just a bit. I want to make sure that y'all heard that because it's going to be important for what I have to say, okay?
I think this is a reality TV show, so it's situations that are not normal. Like King said, these are not normal situations. What normal situation would you go with your ex on a sandbar? And I think that when you're on TV, the emotions are 10 times what they would be outside of TV. That's just facts. Y'all ain't never been on TV, but I'm telling you, people be on 10 when they say things, these things that are going to go on in this world and go out to the world to millions of people. Having said that, what else y'all got? Anybody else got any more questions? Stephanie, you got any more slides? That's all I got. That's all I got. Do I think Dr. G and Dr. T will be back next season? Based on what I've seen, no. However, my producer hat, and if you go for what's going to be for green and the money, I would.
And also, let me kind of jump in there. The reason why she says her producer hat, I told you guys in my last video for sure, and in other videos, that they are producing this show. She just said her producer hat. So what they are doing, and I mentioned this before, is they are setting up the scene. So in a real reality, obviously they know what's going to happen because they're going to sit down with a producer and talk about what they got going on. But when I say setting up the scenes, they're setting up other people. So she is acting as a producer. She not getting paid as a producer, but they are, well, especially her. She wants to keep this show going so bad that she's willing to do anything, including, I mean, she don't care about friendships on this show. She cares about getting this Married to Medicine check. So her producer hat, okay, y'all follow me.
As a producer, not as a friend, of course, because Quad's my friend, but as a producer, I would. I think it's a dynamic that don't nobody else get. But based on what I've seen based on the show, I would say no. But you can't never say no forever. Phaedra was over here without a damn doctor at all, and y'all gonna swear to Quad. Why is she married to medicine? She ain't got no. These bitches ain't never been house.
And so I want to kind of talk about what she's saying. So she's saying, as the dynamic being that, Dr. G and Quad used to be married. That is a very interesting dynamic, which I have to agree. But the issue here is that Quad and Dr. G, well, they were existing in a space, but we noticed that Quad was always trying to either hug him, or she was always trying to be more like interacting with him more than she really needed to be. So we did see them existing in spaces where they left each other alone. But the situation in, the sandbar situation was heated because she was attacking the man. And then I guess they didn't want him to say anything. Like, I'm not understanding how they wanted him to react. What you guys have to understand is Quad was married to this man. She knows how to push his buttons, and that's exactly what she was doing. So that is exactly what she was doing, is she was pushing his buttons. But what Heavenly is saying is, based on what she saw, no, she says no, they won't come back. And then I'm going to get into more of the dynamic, because earlier she said that they don't want them on the show, but let's just let her finish.
Wives. The only one I can see is Shamia, who got a $9 million house that's married. Who else married? That's being taken care of as a housewife. My answer to you is, based on what I've seen, I don't think so. But if I was the producers and I'm a producer, I would bring her back 1000%. I think that outside of Phaedra saying that she revived the show, I think it was Sweet Tea, Boopy. And I don't even, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. I don't even with Sweet Tea. I don't even, you know what I'm saying? But the numbers came from her.
Now, I have to agree with Dr. Heavenly on that. One thing I can say about Sweet Tea, that what she has that they don't, is she's being herself. And I think that these ladies have been on this show so long that they know how to pretend as if they're giving us real reality. But we can see that it is not real reality, because if you guys watch Married to Medicine back in the days, you can see a huge difference. So what we're getting from Sweet Tea is authentic. And I believe the viewers are tuning in because, I mean, we know we're going to get some authentic from her and her situation. But as I stated, with the other ladies, it is very much produced, rehearsed, like Quad, the Rolls Royce, all of that is not even real. You know what I mean? It's just for TV, and we are real people. We tune in. I know I do. I want to see something real, and it's just not happening here. So I agree with what she says with regards to, she feel like the numbers went up because people tuned in. Yes, I would have to agree, but they're putting them in such a bad space. How would they even fit in this group? Because now Quad is saying she doesn't want to be a part if they are invited. So y'all do understand, in order for them to participate in the show, they actually have to come to events, because then what exactly are we filming?
Her, she, her. Collaboration with me and Quad, but her. The rest of them were accessories to the crime. That's my opinion. Why they could?
Okay, guys, so I'm going to go back just a little bit. I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to go back because I want you guys to see something else. We're not going to watch her entire video, but there were some other things that I want to share with y'all with regards to some things that she said earlier. And I thought that it was really important, but more so, I wanted to show that part where she she basically says that I don't think, Sweet Tea is going to come back, but we don't know if she's going to come back. I just thought it was very important to bring that part out. So let's get into this, because she goes on to share some more information I think is really important, with regards to the video that I did when I said it seemed like they are icing them out. So let's get into that.
I had a problem with Sweet Tea's mother, and Sweet Tea's mother did approach me, and I keep talking about it all season long. I made a big deal about it, right? They prevented Sweet Tea's mother from filming with the group. I don't think she's filmed at all. I think that when Dr. G called the police and he told the network whatever, he felt like he was being abused, aggressive behavior. He thought that I get one on Quad, I can get this ninja from stop filming, i.e. because I've seen it done before. Heavenly just did it. That's my thought. Put the picture back up, baby. I'm moving on. Toya. I don't got no beef with Toya. I really like Toya. Now, she ain't paid for the thing, but that's all right. We moving on from that. Toya comes in here with her sole purpose is to see if Sweet Tea wants to be in this part of the group. Now, this is my honest opinion. And I have to rely on my opinion. If I was Quad, hell no. If I'm Quad's friend, hell no. Based on I helped her get on, I feel like it was wrong. I told y'all how I feel about it. Now, I gotta sneeze. Wait a minute, y'all. Bless me. Now, if I put on my producer hat, do I think Sweet Tea is good for the show? Now, all the fighting and shit, no. The pushing and shit she doing, no. But she does bring a dynamic that we've never had on this show before. A young bitch that's...
I just want to jump in there. And I spoke about this in my last video. The pushing, the fighting. So I'm just not sure why is this narrative being painted. Toya had a fight with Mariah. Toya had a fight with Audrey. I think that's her name. You are saying as if whatever you're saying Sweet Tea is doing, if she's even doing it, is just out of line. Like, you all have had fights on this show before. Like, Dr. Heavenly, you are so ratchet. You bring down the morale of the entire show. So I don't quite understand why they, why she continually pokes at this narrative. The only thing I can think of when she continually say this is that she's trying to paint a narrative about who Sweet Tea is behind the scenes, so that they can always say, we don't feel safe around her, because that would be a problem for the network. Because if this were happening, I don't know if it is, and something were to happen, let's say they tripped or somebody pushed them and they tripped, they can be like, well, we told you. So I think that this narrative is getting way out of line. But again, I wanted to play this part because it is corroborating what I said earlier.
It's not as educated, it's not as anything, that ain't afraid to say what she want to say. But if you get in an argument with her, she gonna push you and start crying. Is that good TV? Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me that y'all don't want to see.
Interesting, guys, how she continued to say she's pushing, she's doing this. It's just, there is a narrative that's being painted here. Okay. There's definitely a narrative that's being painted. Now, there is one other part that I know this is hard to listen to, y'all. Bear with me. I get it because after watching this, I got a headache. Like I got a whole headache. But I want y'all to hear this part. I thought it was very, very important because it also goes into everything that I was saying about them really being iced out. Because if you really think about this show, you need to have an ally, like you need to have an alliance on this show. But when you don't really have anybody supporting you and it just seems like everybody is against you, that is a problem. So I want to get into that and what she is saying with regards to this particular part. So give me a second here. Give me a second. I'm going to share in a moment.
I see stuff any other way. I don't see how people voted for Donald Trump. I don't see what y'all see, and I'm never gonna see it. So we can agree to disagree. I ain't arguing with y'all asses no more. I was there, y'all was not there. Y'all could be haters for Quad or whatever. I can see the real. For people I don't like, I'll tell you the truth, what I think. Now maybe I'm biased because I heard Quad. I've heard everything. But I don't think I'm wrong ever. You called the police on this black man. You said you did. You're a doctor. You're not going to fight. When did a doctor trade in his I ain't gonna say manhood, but code of conduct for a white jacket? Because to me, we all grew up in the hood. So because you a doctor now, we not men? I don't know. Pray for me. Anyway, so the facts here, this whole scene purpose was to finalize that Greg did call the police, that Greg did say the man didn't hit him, and that Greg feels like he need to write a song about Quad ass to get this shit off his chest.
And I just want to interject there. Listen, her understanding is very much different than mine. She said Dr. G wrote a song about Quad. I didn't take the song as anything he wrote for Quad. He said he was writing the song for himself to try to release the things that he was feeling in, I don't know why she keeps saying all of this stuff that is not true. And maybe, mentally in her brain, this is what she's thinking. But I'm just like, girl, what?
What you want me to say about this, Stephanie? Because you messy as hell for even bringing this up. Greg wrote a song. The song go, I'm tired of the bull Swiss. I want to be free from the bull Swiss. All I want is a baby. What else did he say in that song? Leave me alone. But you on her show. Y'all can say what y'all want to. Y'all knew Quad was on this show. When y'all came, it was the idea that Quad was here. Quad was taken from the show while y'all was on the show. You know what I'm saying? When they were pushing it off, Quad was still on the show when y'all came. So y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. Maybe they're not playing it. Maybe y'all not seeing it. But y'all got y'all information really, really wrong. Quad was on the show when y'all came. That was my purpose of bringing y'all here so Quad can stay on the show. That was my thought. I own it.
And guys, let's talk about that narrative because Dr. Heavenly has said numerous times that she brought Sweet Tea and Dr. G on the show to save Quad's job. So that's a clear indication that the network was looking at letting Quad go. And I talked about that as well. Quad is not married to medicine. She does not bring anything to this show because she is not married to medicine. We watch this show. The viewers watch this show because they want to see the dynamics of medicine and families intertwined with friends. Quad does not bring that because she does not have it. Not only does she not bring it, she doesn't even hang with them. So therefore, if she's not hanging with them, how can she get more entangled in the medicine community when she, dropping it low and swinging it low or whatever she's doing on her page with people who are not married to medicine? So the dentist is saying that all of this was a setup anyway. You see what I'm saying? So this was a setup. I brought them to try to save her job because I knew bringing them would create a problem, which would bring, make Quad more valuable. And it brings me to my next question. Is Quad valuable now? Because if they're not going to be on the show, wouldn't it be the same then situation with Quad? Because this situation with her man that's not even still married to medicine, and that's gonna wear out because it's not tying together. It's just not. So
I said it. Yes, I said it. I said I feel like if Sweet T's on the show, they ain't finna get rid of Quad. So in order to solidify Quad's spot, let's bring in Sweet T. I was a friend, but then that blew up. Yes, it did. Whatever. But child, whatever. Child, whatever. Whatever. Now, I don't know if I believe this, Jamie. I don't believe it's them. I mean, because all of us played a.
So I just want to know, what are you guys' thoughts in terms of the dynamic between Sweet T and Quad? Now, for me, I thought it was very interesting to watch. I think I liked it more when it was more genuine. If you guys recall, Quad did come to Sweet T, was it her bridal shower? And there was no friction. As a matter of fact, Sweet T was really open and like she wasn't rude or anything to Quad. But what y'all saw happen is Toya was like, So they wanted to make it a bad situation, again, trying to produce the show. But what they didn't understand is, me as a viewer, I even enjoyed the dynamic of Quad and Sweet T before the drama, because they don't, to watch the reality shows, it's not that we don't want to see drama. We just want to see authentic drama. We don't want to see fake drama. For instance, what is Quad's problem with T if she don't want Dr. G anymore? I'm still trying to figure that part out. So until I can understand that, the beef between Quad and Sweet T, I'm so over it because I don't see the validation in what the real issue is.
The part. I played a part. Greg played a part. Sweet T played a part. Quad played a part. She did. But the interesting thing about it is why the men sided with King is because, everybody can give off a chemistry, right? Y'all know how.
Okay, guys. And that is the part that I wanted y'all to hear. So let's kind of think about this. She just told y'all that the men sides with King. So that means Dr. G is kind of like over there on an island by himself now because he is not supported by the men. Now, how would you feel if you and this group of friends, you've been knowing these people for years, and they sided with the newbie? Would that give you friendship vibes? Like, that's not making a person feel wanted and accepted. So they sided with a new person. That's bad, because what are they real feelings for Dr. G? So we got them siding with Dr. G, and then the women ain't messing with T. Y'all got to make this make sense, because I'm just trying to understand, like, how is this going to work out? That's what I'm trying to understand.
I say, y'all not in the room. Like, to me, when people say Jay-Z, right? Jay-Z, just to look at him, he's not an attractive dude, in my opinion, right? But they say when he comes in a room, he commands attention. And it's something attractive about the man when he walk in the room, right? I don't know where I was going with that. I don't forget where I was going. But what I'm saying to you is, I was saying this to say that there's an aura about King that you could just tell he good people. Now, we don't know him. I don't know him, but I talked to him, like I said, more than any of the other husbands combined. And Quad ain't been with him for like 2 years. I've talked to him. I feel like, based on what I know, he's a good person. Now, trust me, if they allowed him back on reality TV after that incident, his background check got to be crystal clean. It got to be. They would not have let him back because they They paused filming with him until they got a background on him. That's my thought. That's my understanding. I don't know, but that's what I think. Did Greg and Sweet Tea turn the show dark? I think the whole situation was dark. I think that, like he said, he didn't even know he had the feelings he had. I think that Sweet Tea, like I'll say it again and again, she's not a bad girl. She just a confused girl. She gets shit wrong. And it seemed like she lying, but maybe she is lying. I don't know. I'm trying to think that she don't be lying, but maybe she do be lying. She just be lying. But she's in a situation that a lot of us have never been in. You're younger, right? Right from these all are successful women. All of us are well-versed. When you come in a situation and you got an associate's degree and you can't really speak that well, and you want to come around women that are bosses, that gotta be, it was hard for Phaedra. Quite but y'all can say what the fuck y'all want to. Phaedra was intimidated by a lot of us. She didn't want to be around us because she couldn't be the boss. That's true tea. Apollo said it. I didn't say it, but Apollo said it. But anyway, to be in that situation in Sweet Tea, I don't know how I would have handled it. So to say it turned dark because of them, I think it was some dark situations. And I wish that there was a way, and I know Quad would probably be mad that I said it, but if it was a way we could all coexist, but shit, I wouldn't want to coexist with my ex. So I can't say that right now. I can't.
Isn't that interesting how, no, it's not even interesting. She wouldn't want her ex on the show. Do y'all see how this is just totally, they are doing whatever they need to do to bring home that check. I mean, it's just real. They're going to produce, they're going to make people look stupid. They're going to do whatever they need to do if it means that they get to come home with a check, if it means that they can renew this show for another season, because y'all saw the ratings. I mean, I showed it to y'all. So she wouldn't want to be around her ex and his woman, but it's okay, or his wife, for her to do it to somebody else. She did it to Phaedra, and then you brought Sweet Tea and Dr. G on the show, all for them to suddenly become the problem.
Can't say it. Because is Dr. G a bad guy? I think that he's a narcissist to the core. I think that he thinks women are less than him. I think that if you married to him, you just going to have to accept the fact that you're going to be a lesser bitch. That's what it is. And I think Sweet Tea has accepted that because that's the way she feels about herself. That's why she's so insecure when it comes to us. That's my thought. But anyway, this man wrote a song. He say he over Quad, and Quad needs to go. Let her be happy and sweep off her feet, bruh. But you're writing a song. And then put the song on his page from what somebody told me. Proud of the song.
So guys, that was pretty much, I watched it. Like I said, I got a headache watching it, but I wanted to pull those parts out because, like I said, it kind of corroborated what I had said earlier. And I'm not on the show. Like I said, I really watched the show. I look for clues. I listen to everything. Sometimes I play it over and over. So what I gathered, and I said it in my last video, it seemed like they trying to build this case up against Sweet Tea. And in all honesty, I didn't notice it before until when Toya set Sweet Tea down and she's like, no, girl, you're doing all of these things. I was like, okay, wait a minute. Now Toya saying it. And then Mimi, who is the new girl, we don't even know you. Now she's on the show like, I didn't even recognize my friend. And you were, they trying to paint a narrative here. That they are definitely trying to paint a narrative here. And based on what, Dr. Heavenly said in this video, that she don't think, no, she said she doesn't think that they'll be coming back, but maybe, they would be good for the show. But here's the other thing. Married to Medicine, they don't have a budget like that. So having all of these, couples on here, you got now Mimi and her husband, you added to the cast. So I don't think they have the budget for all of those people, but we will see. But for those of you who may be into creating content, maybe you want to know how to create content, I have been speaking about this, and I'm going to keep telling y'all about my course. Things that I would like to show you, especially the ones who have purchased the course or you are interested in the course, is the actual analytics. Now, this is something that I did not originally show you guys, but I want to be an open book, and I want you guys to actually take the course, and not only take the course, but actually believe what I'm saying. When I said that I made $7,000 being my first 30 days on YouTube, let me explain that to you. In order to get paid on YouTube, you actually have to get monetized. So from the time that I was monetized, which I actually started creating the content, was under 90 days. So that first 30 days of checks was approximately $7,000. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip this in my video so you guys can be able to see the analytics and actually see what I made. Now, here on YouTube, I'm roughly a year in, give or take a few months. My actual number is, and I'm going to put it up here, is $82,882.33. And I'm going to say that is no money compared to what people are actually earning on YouTube, especially when you've been here for several years. But for me, somebody who just came to YouTube, did not even know what I was doing, but I was able to figure it out relatively quickly. Okay, so that is why you guys need to take the course, because I have results. I am not one of those people that's been on YouTube for years. I am new to YouTube. I figured it out relatively quickly, and this is why I need you guys to purchase the course. So as I stated, I'm going to clip the analytics in the video so that you guys can actually see the breakdown and how I earned the income. But overall, it was the $82,882.33. So I want you guys to keep that number as an earning for the year, because keep in mind, as I stated over and over again, I started the channel in under 90 days, I was able to monetize. And that is exactly what I want for you guys. This is what I want you guys to understand, and I think a lot of people don't understand. When you come to YouTube, we are all creators. So we are creating content that we like to create, but in essence, we are getting paid to create this content. Now, a lot of people will not tell you this. I know it's one creator on YouTube that actually shares his income, and I don't have anything to be afraid or ashamed of. And I also want you guys to understand, I only do this for a few hours a day, and sometimes I don't even create videos. So when you guys see what my earnings is, I want you to understand that you actually can earn more than me. I'm only on YouTube a few hours a day. So I don't want you to take what I earn as something that you will earn, because you can earn more. You can definitely earn more if you do this full time. But just look at, my analytics, and this can reassure you that I'm not just creating a fake video and selling a course based on something that I was not able to do. I want you guys to understand, I am a college graduate. When I came to YouTube, I was actually coming to YouTube just to have fun, because I hated my job. It was boring, and I started work at 3 o'clock, and I was like, okay, I need to do something before 3 o'clock because I'm up in the morning. When I came to YouTube, that is all I was looking for, to create videos. And I believe originally, if you guys go back and look at my channel, I originally started creating videos because I wanted to help people change and create their resumes. But I ended up creating another channel where I'm doing something similar, but let's kind of stay focused. The earning potential on YouTube is definitely something that you can do. If it wasn't attainable, I would not be telling you. Again, I knew nothing about YouTube. I figured it out. This course was created strictly for you, so that you can take the information that it took me a year to figure out, and you can start off with, hitting the ground running and possibly make more income than I actually earned, because I didn't have anybody to help me. So Please take the information, take the analytics information so that you can see how I started on YouTube. I knew nothing about YouTube, and I was able in a year to make $82,882.33. I'm looking over because I'm actually looking at the actual analytics for my channel. So hopefully this pressures you guys and put some fire behind your butts to get on and come on aboard. You can actually do some great things on YouTube. I don't know what is inside of you. I don't know what type of creator you are. You can be cooking, you can be knitting, you can be fixing computers, you can give counseling advice. There is so many things that you can do, but one thing you must do right now today, you need to get started and you need to purchase the course, okay? Now, hopefully I see you guys in the course. Okay, guys, and you can purchase the course. If you look in the link to this video, just scroll down. You can actually take that and put that in your browser, and that will take you directly to the course. Now, I hope to see you guys over on Teachable.